In this video, we're going to see some really cool integrations in Canva. So let's go over here under the More section. And as you can see, you're going to be able to view all sorts of different apps and integrations. So let's start with this one right here, which is now in beta, and that is Draw. This enables you to draw, as you might understand from the name. And essentially you can create drawings directly in Canva, or at least these brush kind of like strokes. So this might be something useful in order to create some elements here and there, especially if you have a Wacom tablet. And for the most part, it's pretty straightforward. Here you have the size and the transparency, of course, where you can decide if you want to have it with a lower level of opacity, and the colors are all below, and you can of course select the different color hues directly from here. Now this is it when it comes to Draw. Now let's go on and let's explore the very next integration. Now, as you can see, whenever you select one of these integrations, you're going to be able to see it here on the left side. And if you don't want to view it anymore, simply click on the close button, and you can keep your workflow on the left nice and tidy. Now the very next one is pretty cool. It's the QR code. So essentially, if I go, for example, on any or a link really. So let's say that I'm using this link to my Instagram page. I'm going to click on generate code, and as you can see, this QR code is going to be generated. So if you scan it with the camera on your phone, the user is going to be able to see the call to action to the link and go directly to that page. So this is pretty cool, and something that you might as well leverage in some projects. Now, after that, another really cool integration is the emoji, because what's life without emojis, especially these days? So you can simply drag and drop different type of emojis directly in your document, and you can literally create any sorts of integrations in that sense. Now, let's close these past two, and let's quickly explore the next one, which is GIFs. And GIFs, of course, are these cool animation which you can literally integrate directly in a Canva document, especially if you're looking to export them or share them in the digital format. This can be really cool. So you can literally drag and drop them directly on here, and then have them inside of the document. Let's move on to the next one, because there's plenty of exciting integrations here. And the very next one is Google Maps. Now, as you can see, we have a few different maps already. And if I select, for example, New York, or I misspelled it, but Canva managed to still catch it. I'm going to drag and drop it over here. And this might surprise you, but this is not a static image. This is the actual integration of maps. So if I use Command key and also the scroll wheel, I can literally move around, and of course also the space bar to move sideways. So this is an interactive element. This is something which is literally Google Maps inside of your Canva document. So might as well keep it in mind if you need to share any location information directly in Canva. Now, the very next ones is going to be basically the Pexels library, which is a royalty-free website where you can find photos and images of all sorts. So if, for example, we keep the New York theme, you can see that we're going to find all sorts of different images. And the difference really between searching over here under the elements panel and searching directly in Pexels is that the elements panel is going to search from other resources, while the Pexels is going to search directly on pexels.com website. So if you don't find the photo that you're looking for here, might as well consider checking out Pexels. And the same is true for Pixabay, which is another huge website with royalty-free images. Really cool, and I personally used it a lot in the past years, and same for Pexels. So this is really cool to have variety and just an extra layer of libraries and photos at your disposal whenever you're working Canva directly, without the need to go in the official websites and having to download the image, upload them here in Canva. You can do it directly in one single click, or actually one single drag, and you're going to be good to go. Now, the next integration that I want to talk about is YouTube. And as you may understand, this is literally searching YouTube videos. So if I look, for example, again, for New York, I can literally drag and drop a YouTube video inside of the Canva document. I can make it bigger, and I can play it directly from here. So this is pretty cool. This literally gives you the ability to have a video player directly inside of your Canva document, and this definitely comes in handy at some given times. Now, on top of that, there are some other integrations which you might as well consider, and these are mainly gives you the ability to import your media from some specific sites which you might have access to. So for example, if you have a Dropbox account and you have some files in there that you want to use inside of your Canva document, or simply have them be accessible on this panel right here, you can sync your account within Dropbox. Now, I'm not going to do that because I don't use it much nowadays, but just something to keep in mind. And the same is true also for all sorts of different accounts. If you have an account with Box or Brand Folder, or if you're using Binder, and so on and so forth. So this is really useful, and you might as well consider, especially like the Dropbox, Flickr, and Google Drive, that those might be common places where you store data and images and resources that you can potentially use for your client work. So definitely something to keep in mind, as well as the social media. So if you need to export social media images from maybe a Facebook page that you own, or an Instagram page, this can be really useful to simply click and connect in one single click. And if you're looking to export a typeform, which by the way is a service that I really liked using in the past years, whenever I needed to use whenever I needed to create a form, this is something that Canva allows you to do as well. So as you can see, there's many different integrations. You might not use them all the time, but it's really useful to keep this in mind, because at the right given moment, this can definitely save you a lot of time and just make the process more enjoyable and easy for you and your clients.